Welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Here's your host, Angel Santana.
Ariel, can you say have faith?
Again.
Let it begin?
Again.
Say have faith.
Again.
Let it begin.
No.
No? Okay.
It's a boy.
Hi, Noah.
Noah!
Noah.
Oh, Jesus. Happy birthday, Noah!
Caitlin,
You did amazing.
you just put those back on.
Noah.
Have faith, let begin. When it starts right now. Have faith, let begin. When it starts right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin. There is a interesting intro with Noah and Ariel. Folks, you have waited long enough. You have heard about the kidnapping of Angel Santana. You heard that I was taken. You heard that the journey was to the New York Mets. And who was my capture? Who was the person that was behind all of this?
It was me. I was the pirate who swashbuckled his way into your house and picked you up. And I think we told the story. We threw you in my car and we went to New York City, Angel, for a day at Citi Field.
It was awesome. I'm here right now with my children. We watched Old Timers Day. It was probably one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. Growing up watching the '86 Mets and being literally within feet of Ray Knight. Yes, Ray Knight. Ray Knight, and also Chavez and Reyes and Orozco. And I mean, these are all names that probably people are like, huh? But if you're a sports fan, you know that is an important team. And I can't thank you enough. It was a great bunch of guys that hang out. Big shout outs to Tommy and Mark. That was a good day.
It was a great day. And Angel, I do want to give you credit for having such a good sense of humor and a really good attitude about the whole thing. People with surprises can be one of two ways. So a lot of people are really cool with surprises. I know my wife is awful with surprises. She never wants to be surprised. I walked in your house, you were laying on your bed watching wrestling, and I'm sure you were thinking, oh my God, the last thing I want to do is leave the house today. And to have you go, I mean, it was a lot of travel, but I appreciate your good sense of humor and your good attitude, my friend. And it was a great day. Let's start with the food. It always starts with me.
Yeah, I was going to say, you said travel.
Let's
talk about the food.
Yeah, absolutely. So my son put together a mini pizza crawl to start, since we were in New York City, and what better pizzas than is in New York City. And he took us to two places in Queens on the way to the stadium. I think one was Mike and Sons or something like that. And we had a grandma pizza. So the four of us split a grandma pizza.
Which I've never had before. I don't know if I told you that. That was my first experience.
Right. What a difference in the with the crust and the whole thing, just delicious.
Unbelievable. Had
a couple of slices. Angel, do you want to talk about my incredible cooler? I had a cooler in the back. I think that if there was a nuclear war, we would have probably outlived the cockroaches. I think me, Mark, my son Tommy, and Angel would have been the only ones alive, because in that cooler was Coca-Cola, orange soda, iced tea, water, seltzer, and then we had all sorts of snacks and Twinkies and
M&Ms,
things like that. Although we didn't eat those, but they were there. Scoops. We had potato chips, and then we go to the second place, which I don't remember the name of, but it was delicious. And they had that thin crust pizza, and we had two of those. We had a plain and a sausage, and we split that up. We didn't eat all of it because we didn't want to throw up until later. And we got through there. We drank more beverages. And I know everyone's saying, why aren't you guys drinking beer? What's the matter? Are you un-American? Well, I guess so, because we didn't drink any beer. Got to Citi Field right in time. Walked up into the Gil Hodges entrance and went up to our seats, which were right behind home plate. And Angel was just the smell of the grass and the green and the colors and the lights. And then to see all of the famous baseball players. They had baseball players from the original 1962 Mets. We saw Mrs. Hodges, Gil Hodges' wife. We saw Buddy Harrelson's wife and daughter. We saw all of the 86 team. We saw a couple of members from the 69 team. We saw Art Shamsky. We saw Ed Kranepool. They didn't look so good, but they were there. We saw a poor John Stearns, who's battling cancer right now, I believe. We saw the 86 team. We saw Doc and Mookie and Keith and Ronnie and Ray Knight and Hojo. We saw pretty much everybody, and it was magnificent. And they actually played a couple innings. They played a couple of innings, and boy, I'll tell you what, those skills leave you pretty quick. It didn't make me feel so bad because I don't think I could have done much worse than those guys did, and they played professional baseball. So no offense, Doc, but I think I could have done better than you on last Saturday. Then the first course of the Citi Field Feast was I went out and I got 4 swirl soft serve ice creams with blue and orange sprinkles. We had one for each of us. They were in the red apple cup, and we all ate that. And then my son bought me a hot dog because you have to have a hot dog at the stadium. And I think we didn't really do too much other damage. We drank a couple of waters because it was hot and we were dehydrated.
33-ounce waters to let you know.
Oh, they were, we were definitely hitting the water pretty good. And, we forgot to mention, Angel, this is very important. Steve Cohen, who's the owner of the Mets, did something pretty cool. He actually retired Willie Mays' number. Now, Willie Mays, for any sports people out there, knows that Willie Mays played for the San Francisco Giants. But what they may not know, especially our younger folks, is that Willie Mays did play a couple of years for the Mets at the end of his career and actually went to a World Series in 1973 with the Mets that we unfortunately lost in 7 games to the Oakland Athletics. But I think that the reason why he retired Willie Mays' number wasn't so much that he was on the Mets for a few years, but more for his contribution to New York baseball, because Willie Mays might be one of the top 5 baseball players of all time. And he was part of the fabric of that New York Giants team that then went to San Francisco. And remember, the Dodgers and the Giants, when they left New York to go to California, that's the reason why we got the Mets. We took the orange from the Giants and we took the Dodger blue from the Dodgers, and that's the colors of the New York Mets. So I think Steve Cohen did a good thing, a very honorable thing to remember Willie. And when we were leaving the stadium, I don't know if you noticed, Angel, but we went through what's called the Jackie Robinson Rotunda. So the Mets are really about history, but not only about the history of the New York Mets, but the history of New York City baseball and the integration of the African American into the sport, with the honoring of Jackie Robinson, the first one to break the color barrier. They had the big number 42 in the middle of the rotunda. Unfortunately, Angel, we didn't get a chance to go into the Hall of Fame there, the Mets Hall of Fame. It was kind of crowded, but I think you went to the gift shop. You got the kids some gifts. You want to tell everybody what you got them?
I did, and I will say I did sneak into the museum when I went to get the
you did? Okay.
So I got to see
Very
the trophies, which was awesome. But no, yeah, listen, like any dad would do, you go in there, you buy a gift for your kid. I was able to pick up a unicorn for Ariel, a unicorn Mets unicorn, I should say, and of course some Mets pajamas or onesies for Noah. And so we're living large. I want to point out one thing. When you go out to a venue like the Mets or any baseball team for that matter, or any sports venue, you touched on something that was interesting. And I'm not trying to make this into a political thing, but we went out and we didn't drink. None of us drank. Our drinking was the opposite. It was our food intake. Most people just go there to drink, which is fine if you're respectful and of course reliable and careful and safe. But I think for us it was more of, let's see how much we can throw down, which was a surprise for me because I haven't eaten that much in forever. But let's talk about the end of the game. We get out.
Oh, wait, we're not even there yet. Wait, we still have to talk about the game. But getting back to your point, it might sound like a scary thing, but what I ate the other day, was pale in comparison to the damage I did as a younger man. So I will tell you, and my poor wife had to watch me really in some of my worst days, but you did great and you enjoyed, and we got a little food drunk, and that's okay. As long as we didn't, drink tequila and get into a fight and end up in prison, I think it was a win. It was a win-win.
Absolutely. So,
and speaking of winning, our beloved New York Metropolitans also won the game. Our friend, Mr. Peterson, pitched a fantastic 6 or 7 innings, had some good relief pitching, and we ended up winning 3-0. So we saw a really nice shutout, saw some good Mets play. And as you guys know, we're getting toward the end of the season. The New York Mets are the talk of the town. At the current time, we're in first place. Most likely going to the playoffs in some capacity. Would love to win the division, but those Atlanta Braves, they're tough and tumble. I'm a little afraid of them, but I think if we can get a foot into the playoffs, we haven't been in the playoffs since 2016. Steve Cohen, God bless you. Thank God for you. You've given us hope. You've given us a change in culture. You changed the entire culture of the New York Mets. You made us relevant. Everyone's talking about us, and we certainly appreciate that. And then getting back to what Angel was going to say was that your friend, Dr. Tommy Eanelli, did the smartest thing I did besides getting the tickets, getting everything set, getting the cooler, getting the whole food thing going, the whole thing. The smartest thing I did was I called a friend of mine who makes the best meatballs in the universe. And I said, Mark, I want you to make us 2 containers of meatballs and give us some rolls. I don't know when we're going to eat them, but we're going to find the time and we're going to eat these meatballs. And we had red meatballs and brown meatballs. And we ended up sitting down, watching the traffic, sitting by the bay, watching the airplanes and watching a couple of fishermen who were going for bluefish in the beautiful New York skyline. It was a perfect night, eating meatball heroes and sandwiches and drinking soda and just having a lot of laughs. We actually gave our little Spanish fishermen, we gave them a bunch of meatballs and a bunch of sodas, and they were the happiest guys in the world. And we were sitting there and we didn't worry about the traffic. We sat about an hour until all the traffic went away. And then we packed up the car and we headed home. I think I got home around 2:00 in the morning.
yes, I'm trying to be respectful here, but Noah is pulling on my hair and ear. But yes, it was a great experience, a great ride, a great fun time. And I think those fishermen are probably still on the seats. You want to talk to Tom? Go ahead, say hi to Tom. We're on the air. Say hi.
Ariel, I'm talking about when I went to kidnap your father last week. Do you remember when I came to your house?
Outside.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna finish the show. We're doing the show. So those fishermen are probably still sitting there because those meatballs were unbelievably heavy, awesome. I'm just grateful that I got home in time to visit one of my favorite areas, which I'll just call the throne. But we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah, the next day it was not pretty, Angel. But you know what? We had a great time, and I wanted to just tell everybody in the Have Faith community that you're not just a prayer warrior and a great man and a serious guy and always there to help us when we're down or to pray for us when things aren't going well, but you also are a fun guy, a great dad, a great person, really a lot of fun to spend the day with. And I was just so happy you were able to do that with us.
absolutely. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to listen to us on Labor Day. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your whatever, Monday that's left. But most importantly, spend time with your family. Give everybody a call. Let them know that you're listening. And big shout outs to the Goonies crew. Thank you for letting me be a part of that day. And also, more importantly, to all of the Have Faith and the CROC Nation, God bless you. May God be with you. May he shine his light upon you and grant each and every single one of you peace on earth until the next adventure and until next Monday. This is Angel for Dr. Tommy Eanelli saying, have faith.
Let it begin.
All right. Noah's got to take a nap. Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. That's right, Ariel. We're done with another show. And it's always great to have this show with you, my love. You know, we're going to encourage each and every person to listen to our show every single weekday. That's right, you and I are going to help change the world. Do you think that you can do that for me? Huh? Yeah, you know you can. She does. We want to let you know, and yes, we encourage you to listen to our show each and every weekday, and it's going to be live at 7:30. Make sure you're subscribed to our show. Make sure you get ready, fasten those seatbelts, because Ariel and I and my family are going to bring you a new topic, a new story each and every day, right? Isn't that right, Ariel? Yeah. And she's smiling at me. Guys, enjoy your day.